Jess. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How was your vacation? You look all nice and tan now.
Yeah, I am so tanned, actually, a bit more than I had planned on. It was so good. We had such a nice time. I just love cruise holidays. That's my favorite kind of holiday because I get to relax and I don't have to think about
That's
anything,
true. That's
everything is
true.
for me. So that was really, really nice. And how about you? You're in Bangkok at the moment, yeah?
Yeah, that's right. As I mentioned to you before, one of the reasons why I started this business is I wanted a business where I could be anywhere. And Bangkok is one of the places, or Thailand in general, is one of the places that we love. It's beautiful. The people are really amazing. The food is really amazing.
Oh, the
And
food
and
is so
yeah, and,
good.
and to mention, and of course, what makes it even more special is the cost. As everyone knows, you get very, very high quality of life for a much lower cost compared to, say, Singapore or even Australia. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Oh, which is such a nice relief now from all the expense. And I was at the shops this morning before I had a couple of appointments and I had to be at the shops before that. It was chaotic and people were just shopping like no tomorrow. And every time you're there, you sort of notice the cost of things just randomly. Like I had seen something a week before it and it was some price and it had just randomly increased like
oh
40%.
yes,
It,
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 it
it
was it, it
was
was
like, oh,
it's like this in London. Some things would just suddenly increase by 50%. Sometimes after 2 months, you would have seen that it increased by 100%.
that's crazy. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, and when sometimes things happen and you really sort of stop to think and count your blessings, I was like, oh my goodness, like it's so good to know that we have a safety net. We've got this business that we don't have to worry about all the sort of little costs going up. But it is difficult. Like living in these countries are really difficult at the moment. So someplace like Thailand would be so nice. You
Yeah,
get so much more for your money there. Hey.
exactly. And not to mention, the service is just amazing. I mean, you have the best massages here. People are always
Oh,
accommodating.
massage.
Yes.
Oh,
Like
I really
I'm
want
I'm
one.
I'm in this beautiful like hotel cum service apartment here. So it's a Japanese run one. They even have like a beautiful onsen. I mean, unfortunately I can't, show the onsen. So Japanese onsen is like it's like a bath, a public bath where you have the spring
Right.
water. Yeah. So they have it in the hotel as well,
Oh, how
which is amazing.
nice.
Yeah, yeah. I can't show it. I mean, obviously for privacy reasons, I can't,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't bring cameras in there. But everything is like so zen, brand new. Every time I need something, I call them, and like 5 minutes later, they show up at my
Oh,
door. It's
oh,
just,
that's so nice. And that's what we wanted to talk about today because off the back of my holiday that I just came back on,
yeah,
and now you're away
yeah.
in Thailand, I just thought this really calls for having a live about how amazing the portability of this business is. Because a lot of people, like for you and I, who might have gone searching for this kind of business because we knew what it had to offer, it's different. But for people a lot of people haven't considered working online at all, and they don't know how liberating it can be. Like I really felt that when I was overseas. I had my laptop and phone with me. All you need is an internet connection. I was on the other side of in the middle of the ocean, going towards like Vanuatu and all that sort of places, and I was just on my laptop working. When I
Yeah.
wanted. It wasn't like I had to sit there for hours and hours working, but just 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and because our business is global and because online the potential is so high, it's like you've got this personal assistant online, which
Yes,
is your
exactly.
website and all your, everything that you've got set up, doing all the work for you while you're holidaying, and all you got to do is just sort of oversee it. I had a distributor join and I just did a meeting with them while I was on the ship.
Amazing.
And it was just so nice. And, it was so good because when I was working only as an agent without an online business, not only like I had to sort of really go through all this to sort of get time off to be able to go away, but everything would stop. Like I would literally make no money. I would be constantly stressed. What is going on? Like if I had contracts up in the air that were about to be finalized, I didn't know, you know, if I had sort of left it to another agent to look after it for me, I didn't know how it all went and
Yeah.
everything. Whereas with an online business, you just carry it everywhere with you. You never have to worry about it. And to me, that was so liberating. Every time I was like, on my laptop, like I would go and find myself a little quiet nook somewhere or in the room or, you know, somewhere nice on the ship. And I would come back and join the family. Everyone would be like, wow, you're so like happy. I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, I really am.
Yeah,
It was just nice to be able to do that. And then, you know, off the back of that, you've gone away and now you've just got your laptop working.
exactly.
So,
And in fact, I noticed, I think probably it's quite a trend here as well. Because as I mentioned, you know, everything works here. Everything is relatively cheaper than the rest of the world. So I'm actually in this hotel, which also even has a co-working space. So they have all
oh,
these,
wow.
yeah. I mean, I can show it to you next week because if I were to enter a lift right now, you know, our connection would just get cut off.
Yeah.
So they have all these different rooms, meeting rooms, and they have co-working space, all these coffee machines set up. It's kind of like a hotel come apartment with WeWork in the building, if you can imagine
Wow.
what it's like. And then yet in the surroundings, there's lots of cafes, restaurants on the street, that lots of spas. So I
That's
would say, you
so cool.
know, this trend of having this laptop lifestyle is definitely catching on. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely something for people to think about, you know. You know, we both shared, we used to be doing this whole 9 to 5 routine, but there is a new way to earn a living and enjoy your life at the same time now.
I, it's so true. Like on the ship as well, there was this sort of area because the internet was weak in some
Mm-hmm.
parts, and I tried to do my Zoom meeting, and some of the parts it didn't work. So I was like holding onto my laptop, like walking around to see where it's going to connect. And then I found this area that was like three other people sitting there, and they were on their laptop. So obviously the internet was strongest there, and I could see like a lot of people are running their businesses like that and choosing that lifestyle. And you know, when you then experience that, you sort of feel like, oh my God, like what I've been doing up until now is kind of almost like being a slave to my job.
Mm-hmm.
Like my job would not allow me to leave, so I
Mm-hmm.
have to stay. You know, the number of holidays I missed out on,
Oh
like when I was
yeah,
working full time for an office. I wasn't even working for myself as a real estate agent back then. And the number of holidays, because you know, you had to then talk to the boss and oh no, you can't take time off. There's other agents taking time off now. Like we can't have no agents in the office. And all the, you know, like good opportunities to go away with friends and all that sort of things that came about. And I had to miss out on. And it really made me very grateful, you know, to be able to know that I can be with my family. I don't have to miss out on a holiday, but at the same time, I don't miss out on earning income either. You know, I
exactly,
can do it all
exactly.
at the same time.
Yeah,
So it's definitely a lifestyle that if you know, if you guys out there haven't thought about it, really give it some research, give it some thought, because it
exactly.
just has so much to offer, you know, and you might find that it's also for you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, both of us didn't come from this background before. Both of us are not influencers. We're still not influencers. We don't have to be
Yep.
influencers. We are
No.
just going around living our daily life, choosing, you know, where we want to live. And you know, I mean, for example, like for you, you're a real estate agent as well. You know, you can continue to do that because I am sure everyone like me or Sanas, we have more than one passions, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't limit us. It doesn't limit us to only this particular business. You can continue what you're doing, but just think about, say, like Sanas, if you had to you know, only rely on your real estate income while you're on holiday for that 1 week. And if you had any potential clients, you couldn't show them the properties, right? You could have lost that
No.
client, or you
Yeah.
know, and miss out on that income. But while you're doing this, you know, we all have the potential to have all these additional incomes and all these perks that come along with it, and all the automation. It's, for me, it's really the most amazing part. Yeah.
Yeah, the automation. And just like Angela said, like you you know, you don't have to miss out on, like, it's all happening while you're doing everything else you're doing. And this doesn't have to replace your day job
Mm,
either, because it only requires such a small amount of time, 10
exactly.
minutes here, an hour there, half an hour here. You don't have to sort of put a whole heap of time straight up. You know, you can even divide it up. All you have to do is just sort of check your leads coming in, and just do a couple of things like that. Like, it's just so simple that anybody from any background can do it. But it's on the side. Like, someone said to me, you know, you're a real estate agent. Why, you know, real estate agents make really good income. Why would you go after something else? I was like, because I have to work at a whole other level being a real estate agent. You know, there's no automation in that. Yes, I can utilize my knowledge of social media to advertise my real estate work as well. But at the end of the day, it's me who has to go out there, show homes, do the work, do the negotiation with the buyer and the seller, and bring the contract together. Whereas with what we do, so much of it is automated. There's very little, very little
The
that we actually have to
yeah,
do on a day-to-day basis, you know. So it makes it possible. It's like when you invest in, you know, you've got like different assets, you've got properties, you've got shares, you've got, you know, different things that you invest on. This is kind of the same thing, except it's not an investment. It's a, you know, it's an actual business.
business.
So it's not like you've invested in shares, you sit back and just kind of fan yourself and see what happens. It's not by luck. But by the same token, you don't have to spend like a full-time job,
Exactly.
even though it gives you income equivalent and above a full-time job, but you don't have to spend that kind of time on it. So that's the beauty of it. And I really just, you know, I really felt that as I went away and came back, and everything just seamlessly continued. There was no interruption to anything, as though I was never gone. So that was, yeah, that was really nice. So
Yeah.
you're experiencing that now as well. You're going to be
Yeah.
there for a while, hey?
Uh, yeah, we haven't quite decided. You know, we have a visa to stay here for up to 3 months, and
Mm.
because last because we love being in Thailand this time of the year, because you know it's a tropical
Yeah.
country. So in year end the weather's really cool, it's dry. So we're trying to, you know, escape from that cold, wet, rainy weather in London at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and so we'll see. We are very mobile. I mean, that's the amazing part about this business, right? And I don't even have to worry that, oh, you know, how am I able to work here? I don't need a working visa, because you know
Yeah.
I registered in Singapore. I will continue to be paid by the Singapore office, even though I can leverage from customers and earn from customers all over the world, including Thailand,
Yeah.
UK, US, Australia. Everything is so seamless. Yeah, which is so amazing. Yeah.
It's really amazing. I was even listening yesterday to, I don't know if you know Priyanka Chopra.
Oh yes,
She,
yes.
yeah,
The
you know her?
actress.
Yeah. So she's a,
Yes, she's beautiful.
yeah, she's gorgeous. And she does a lot of sort of, sort of podcasts. You know, she's been with, having a chat with Jay Shetty, and she was having a chat with this other guy yesterday whose name I forgot, but because I had not seen any podcasts by him. But it was so interesting. Like, I love listening to her. And, you know, she is even like, she's a superstar. She has no shortage of money. She's married to Nick Jonas. You know,
Mm-hmm.
money is not an issue, but yet she is choosing to be an entrepreneur at the same time. She started her hairline Anomaly. You know, she's doing that. Like, she's doing so many different things. And I think that's where we've got to sort of expand our mind and realize we can't just stick to our typical 9 to 5 day job anymore, because
Exactly.
things are expensive, and the lifestyles we're accustomed to now are very,
Yeah.
very different to, you know,
Yeah.
years and years ago. So everything is just a bit extra. So you need that extra income,
Yeah.
you know.
So,
So
so
even
who
people
knows?
like her.
Yeah. So who says no to anything extra, right? So who says no to extra income?
That's right.
Yeah.
So guys, if you know anyone who would like an extra income part-time, let us
No,
know. Tell them
exactly.
to check us out. You know, there's Angela's page, there's my page. Check us out, have a chat to us, because it just might be something that could, well, it helps
Yeah.
everyone. Because as you
Everyone.
said, who doesn't need
Yeah.
extra
I
income?
mean, we have so many doctors in our community, in our group.
Yeah.
And that was the first question, I asked us like, really? Even doctors need extra income? Yeah. So,
Yeah, we've got doctors, we've got professors, we've got people really sort of high income up there. But the thing is, people think to themselves, like, how long do they want to work? Do they want to work till forever? You know, you physically can't, at some point you need to stop. But what Priyanka Chopra was also saying, because the guy who was interviewing her was asking her, you're so accomplished now and you have so much. Why aren't you retiring? Like, I don't know how old she is. I think she's just on the other side of 40. And she's like, don't you want to just retire and laze on a beach somewhere, And she said, actually, that used to be my dream, to just be out in some secluded beach and live that kind of lifestyle in a shack. But then she said, things changed because I realized I enjoy what I do so much
exactly.
that it's not that I need to get away from it. And that's what, one of the quotes that I really love is, create a lifestyle that you don't need a holiday from, so
Totally.
your work, your source of income and your enjoyment should all be intertwined with
Yeah.
each other, so it doesn't feel
Yeah.
torture,
Exactly.
going into some office in the morning feeling like it's, oh god, I'm gonna do this again.
Plus, we talked about the book Ikigai 2 weeks ago. I mean, this is so much more joy when you find your purpose in life, and yet at the
Yep.
same time you're earning. Why? Why would I want to lie on the beach for the rest of my life? I'm gonna be dead if I do that.
So true, so true, because you've got that, you kind of, I don't know, what's there to look forward to, but I
Exactly.
guess people see it differently. But you sort of, I think as you evolve and as you grow with what you're doing in your own journey, I mean, each to their own, everyone has their own journey, but as you grow, you sort of realize it's not what you want, anymore. And I think if that is what you really want, you probably hate your job. That's the reality of it. You probably are not enjoying your job. That is why you want to get away from it and you want to retire from it.
Yeah.
But if you love what you do, even if it's your passion, it's
Yeah.
your ikigai, then you don't want to get away from it.
Exactly.
So,
And you would do it, and I know I would do this until my deathbed. Until
yeah. And guess what? God forbid, God knock on wood, hundreds
knock
of
on
years
wood.
later, when that day comes, we leave this business to our children. And that is
Exactly.
another beauty of it,
Exactly.
we can leave a
Totally.
legacy.
Yeah. That was another reason why I got super excited when I found this business model. I was like, what? I can give it to my children?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yes.
It's mind-boggling, but things have changed, like making money as well. Like, it's just, this is the same sort of concept. Making money doesn't have to be as difficult as what we have been brought up with,
Totally.
My husband was telling me about, what are they called? What are these little figurines like that get traded? Like,
Oh,
um,
um, uh, oh dear.
I
I know it's a
forget the
web
names.
3.0 now.
I don't know.
Yeah, those digital, it's in the meta world, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
And
it's
when
it's
he was
it's
telling
it's part of crypto. It's
part
part of cryptocurrency.
crypto, yeah.
NFT. They're
NFT,
called
that's
NFT.
right.
That's right.
Yes. NFTs. And I was like, we're in this day and age where people are making money from NFT. Like, this is insane. Like, so why people can't wrap their head around working on an online business is beyond me, because there are people out there making money out of things like that where it just makes no sense. Like, to me, silly. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But I know people can make money out of it. But
Yeah, I know.
online business is not a gamble. It's, you know, something you work hard at and it repays you. But the point I'm getting at is making money doesn't have to be as difficult
Exactly.
as we were brought up to
Yeah.
think, you know,
Yeah. So everyone
working hard.
should have an open mind.
Yeah.
You know, rethink about what we were brought up with. Rethink that, you know, our life is not just about studying hard, getting a degree, and getting a 9 to 5 job. There are new ways right now, right? Sanas and I have gone through it. We've gone through this whole corporate rat race, and we decided, you know, it's time to pursue a new way.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It comes from a lot of experience and a lot of trial and error, right? Like
Exactly.
yourself, Angela, you've worked for so many big, amazing brands and in a high corporate level, and you've come to this conclusion now. So it's not from any lack of understanding or
Mm-hmm.
knowledge of what the potential of offline work could be when you're in that high caliber kind of work. But if this sort of exceeds that sort of in its advantages, then it's definitely something that should be looked into. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So we just wanted to have a chat with you guys about that and sort of highlight how awesome it is. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Angela gets to
Yeah.
experience Thailand now at Christmas time with that beautiful Christmas tree behind
Yes.
you.
It's such a beautiful hotel. I'm really loving this place. I was telling my husband, oh, I really want to stay here forever. No, because they've got everything here. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
yeah,
Which
everything.
hotel is that?
So it's called Staybridge. So it's like, I mean, we booked it for a month. But people, I think they can stay like daily rate. So it's like I said, it's kind of like a service apartment as well,
Yeah.
with the co-working spaces, but with all the hotel facilities, you
Wow.
know. So it's got like a little kitchen. I mean, I'm not showing my room because my husband's still asleep. We're having a late start. It's 11 uh in the morning here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
how
it's great, you know. So we get housekeeping daily. I never have to worry about doing
oh,
housework.
oh, that's so nice.
Yet, you
That
know,
is horrible.
yeah. Yet, you know, we have like a little kitchen, laundry facilities in our room, you know, to make ourselves comfortable. If we
Yeah,
ever, you know, wanted something more homey. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm so glad
Oh,
he found this place.
that's really nice. Well, I hope you really enjoy yourself while you're there, and for all the people who are watching us,
We are in the last
yeah,
month.
definitely
We're
check
the
it out.
last month of the year, right? So
Yeah, that's
think
it.
about
You
what you
could
want to
change
do.
your
Thinking about what
yeah
you might want to do for
2024
the
coming up.
24.
Change the trajectory of your 2024, guys. Like it's the time now. Now is the time to check out something new because as we always say, if nothing changes,
Nothing
nothing changes. So
changes.
if
Yeah,
you're not happy with your circumstance, or even if you're happy with circumstance, there can always be improvements in the way you're living and in the way you're earning. So check it out, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic Friday. Thank you for joining Angela and I
yeah.
this Friday again. We love having a chat with you guys each week. And I hope wherever you are well and good. Any last words from you, Angela?
No, just wishing everybody a wonderful weekend wherever they are, and I guess get ready for Christmas.
Get ready for Christmas. We're putting up our tree this weekend, so it's all starting to look a little bit like Christmas now.
Yay!
Yay! Have a great
All
weekend,
right then.
everyone.
Okay. Bye,
Bye,
Sanas.
Angela.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.